Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with ElectraSoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is going to be about getting through the hard part at the very beginning when you are affirming and persisting for what it is that you want. Similar to the video that I made called Law of Assumption, the Breakthrough. It's based off of that video. It's not exactly a second part, but it's more so based on the fact that many people, and I will say so myself because I know that I was there at one point, feel like they just want to stop affirming and persisting, that they just want to give up on their affirmations, and that they're pretty much done with manifesting what it is that they want because they feel like they can't do it. You know, all that stuff, like the things from before at the very beginning, which I'm sure you're past because why the fuck wouldn't you be? But you know, I just want to touch base on this because I know that within the Law of Assumption breakthrough video that I'm talking about, I spoke more about how difficult it can be to retrain your thoughts from being so negative to thinking so positively. But in this video, I'm going to be focusing more on the fact that yes, it can feel a little bit of a burden to really work past all of the limiting beliefs that you've ever had, but not even just that, like really sticking it out when it comes to affirming and persisting, because I know what it's like to want to give up on myself. Like I said before, I know what it's like to have that initial feeling of I'm getting what I want, I'm gonna do this shit, and then literally giving up 3 days later. Like I know exactly what that is. I've done it plenty of times, and I'm sure some of y'all can relate. But regardless of all that, I want y'all to really learn from this because I want y'all to remember that even at the beginning where you feel like you want to give up, like you're really pushing and you're like, oh my god, this is too difficult, I'm gonna need y'all to stick it the fuck out. I really need y'all to do that shit for yourselves, because I promise you that the shitty reality in which you were living in before, which you never were in the first place, but y'all know what I'm saying, was never meant to be a part of your reality in the first place at all. The only thing that was meant to be with you are the things that you do want, so that's exactly what you're gonna be focusing on, all the things that you do want for yourself. But then anyway, y'all, let's get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about getting past the difficult part at the very beginning. Kind of like another breakthrough, but this is a different kind of breakthrough. This is the breakthrough where you realize that everything that you want is something that you can have, and your life can change at the blink of an eye simply because you said so and that's it. But you're not even just saying that to yourself, you actually know it for a fact because you've seen it for yourself. You know that this is the truth. So I'm sure y'all know what it's like to look at someone and to be very inspired by the fact that they've manifested everything that they want plus more. I'm sure you've watched videos on YouTube before where people talk about, I manifested this, I manifested that, I've done this, that, all that stuff, all the amazing things, right? I'm sure you've seen things, I'm sure everything, bro. I know that you know that this is something that does happen, like you have seen it before, but you're just not sure that this can happen for you. You're just not sure that you can get to the point in which all of these people around you are at, because you feel like these people are, one, more confident than you, two, that they feel like they can really get everything that they want, like they know that they have that manifesting power within them, and three, you feel like you're the one who's excluded, okay? At the very beginning, obviously, you know, you feel inspired because you see all these people getting everything that they want, that you're like, I want the same things, I might as well do the same thing for myself, okay? So upon you watching all these videos, you know, you feel inspired, all that stuff, you start to feel pumped, bitch. You're like, oh yeah, I'm getting what I want, I know that I got this, I know that I can do this, I'm gonna get what I want, I'm not gonna fuck around this time, I'm really gonna stick it out this time because I know that I can do this. I know that feeling, babe, trust me, I know that pumped up feeling because I've felt that shit before. You feel that shit all the way in your soul. You're like, I'm gonna get it this time, nothing can hold me back this time. And you know, nothing could have ever held you back before. The only thing that could ever hold you back was your own belief. But you know, this time you're really sure that things are gonna be different, okay? So you start to affirm and persist, you know, you made your affirmations and you're going in, you're going in, you're going in. You're like, I got the money, I got the money, I got the money, I got the SP, I got the SP, I got the SP, I got the fashion, I got the looks, I got this, I got that. Boom, great, I'm so happy for you. You feel me? You're so secure within yourself, you know that you're gonna get it this time, okay? Now, what do you expect within your mind? In your mind, you're saying, okay, I'm affirming and persisting now, by tomorrow I should get it. Boom, clap, right? And you know what? You're completely right. Like if you do want what it is that you want tomorrow, you can definitely get that shit. But the thing is that because you just started out, because you were so insecure within yourself, and because you felt like a part of you couldn't really do it, but all these other people could, there is still that little bit of limiting beliefs that is inside of you, which of course there's not. But in this case, like there's a little bit of doubt inside of you that's kind of starting to come up again. You know, you've been affirming and persisting, I got it, I got it, I got it. But then out of nowhere, you hear your ego being like,
got what, bitch? There's nothing in front of you. Like, what are you affirming for? I don't see anything.
And what do you start to do? You kind of start to answer those questions. You're like,
I am getting what I want. Yeah, I do have it.
And then your ego's like,
really? Where? Show me where it is, because I don't fucking see it.
And then you're like,
what, bitch? I'm gonna get it because I said so and that's it.
And then the ego goes back and forth, back and forth. What are you doing? You start to fucking argue with that part of yourself you're not even supposed to be talking to in the first place. Because in this case, you're supposed to be treating your ego like a stranger that comes up to you and gives you a lollipop. What do? You literally just turn away, bye. But in this case, you're actually sitting there and engaging with that thing that you're supposed to be avoiding in the first place. What are you doing to yourself in that case in point, bitch? You are literally setting yourself up for failure because you are now entertaining the part of you that you're not supposed to be entertaining, the part of you that doubts everything that you've ever been affirming for. Because at the beginning of all this, remember, you are working away from all these limiting beliefs. You're working away from them, which of course you never had them in the first place, you feel me? Within everything that I'm saying, guys, by the way, side note, do not take it as you actually are these things. I'm talking metaphorically speaking or whatever, like it's not actually real, not real at all, because in your reality, you are secure. You've always been secure. You know that you got this. You always knew that you had it, all that stuff. But in this case, I'm just talking from experience, in which now you're like, okay, now I don't really think I'm gonna get what I want because my ego has convinced me that I probably won't get that thing. Because again, when you are working away from limiting beliefs, what are you supposed to not fucking be doing? You're not supposed to be entertaining these things. Because if someone is trying to get away from a bad habit, do you think that they're gonna be engaging in things that contribute to acting upon doing that bad habit? Absolutely not. It's just like if you're gonna stop drinking, you're not gonna take a drink every other weekend. Like you're gonna stop completely. You're gonna get away from drinking because you know that you engaging in the act of drinking is not going to help you out. Like what the fuck? You have to treat it the exact same way. The same thing here when it comes to limiting beliefs. You literally have to stay away from those things because those things are not going to help you. They're going to try to knock you down even further because those limiting beliefs are still something that you kind of identified yourself with before. To remove yourself completely from them, you just got to ease your way out, but to focus on only the things that you do want. So instead of ever questioning yourself or even answering the questions that your ego is trying to ask you, you simply have to look away. You literally have to just bye. Doesn't matter. Like do not engage in anything that you know is going to make you feel a type of way because that's exactly how it gets you back. That is exactly how you end up feeling like how you did before, where you felt like you couldn't get what you wanted and where that 3-day period where you felt like the baddest bitch silently goes away because you were so focused on being a bad bitch, but now you're looking back on all the things that you had before where you felt limited as fuck. I promise y'all, once you get past this point, which you most definitely will because you're gonna keep going and you're gonna keep pushing, you're not gonna give up on yourself, you're going to see just how beautiful and how wonderful your life turns out. Because so long as you are not doubting yourself, so long as you're not feeding shit that you don't want to be feeding, so long as you're not giving attention to the things that you don't want to see grow, why wouldn't you get what you want? Like literally, why wouldn't you? The only way is if you keep contributing to the things that you know you're not supposed to be contributing to. And that is why today I am saying that pushing past this few day period where you feel like the strongest, baddest bitch, and then after that these doubts start to come in, that's when you have to combat the fuck out of them. And I'm not talking about arguing with them. I'm not talking about sitting there and being like, you don't mean anything, you can't affect me, blah blah. Like don't do that shit. Literally be empowered enough to just stand up and to walk away energetically from all the things that were trying to keep you down. Because once you walk away from these things, you're going to realize just how easy and how open this world is into getting everything that you want. Because like I said, guys, I was here. I know exactly what it's like to be like for like 4 days, and then after that the doubts start creeping in. That is why number one, your affirmations are so important. It's because your affirmations are going to keep you away from these negative thought patterns that you had before where you were thinking that you couldn't get what you wanted. Your affirmations are going to be like the band-aid that you needed in that moment where you want to say something negative, but instead you say something super positive because you know that the positivity is what you deserve to be with as opposed to anything else. Within the time period that this was happening to me, I had to realize that as long as I sat there and entertained exactly what I was hearing, I was literally never going to get what I wanted. And trust me guys, I really had to learn this because I think I fucked up. I'm not gonna say fucked up actually. I think that I was unfocused for that time being because I was so firmly set on the fact that I wasn't gonna get what I want, but also that I felt like it was really hard for me to do it. I felt like I was excluded AF, and I thought to myself that I might as well not even try because what's the point of trying if I'm not even gonna get it in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Like the first few days I felt really good, but then after that I just chose to completely work against myself when I knew that what I had to do within my doubt was I had to be on top of my affirmations and to be really, really strong and firm within myself. Because even when that negativity or doubt meets up with you, that's when you have to look at it and literally walk away, my love. You have to walk the fuck away. Because y'all, the first few weeks is gonna be the hardest period in which you have to affirm for what it is that you want. That's when it's gonna be the most difficult because that's when you're really working out of the thought patterns that you had before. But now things are a lot different. Now you know that you want better and now you know that you deserve better. So if you know these things for yourself, that's why you have to stay as focused as you always have been within your soul self, because your soul knows that everything has always been super easy for you to manifest. That is why you have to focus on yourself and your soul at this point, as opposed to all the negative, shitty, bad things that ever happened to you, and that why should this time be any different if it's never been different before. The only reason it hasn't been different before is because you literally won't allow it to be different. It's because you won't let it be different. Let it be fucking different. Stop being so afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's really not that hard anyway. Shit, affirm that it's not hard at all. Affirm that it's super easy. That's what I did for myself. At the time that I was doubting myself and I wanted to tell myself, fuck this shit, it's not even worth it, I had to sit there and to remind myself why it was worth it and why it was actually so easy and why being positive was so much easier than being negative. Because you don't really think you have limits until you're met with them. You think that it's really easy until you actually do it. And of course, it really is so easy. Like, don't take what I'm saying and think that it's not. It absolutely is easy. But all I'm saying is that if you come from having a very doubtful mindset, which you never have, then of course it's going to feel harder within yourself to believe that you can actually do this for yourself. Because I know that that was the case for me. I knew that the only reason that it felt that hard to me was because I thought and I always felt like it was going to be difficult for me. But then as time went on and I realized that my affirmations actually do work and they do come through and they do actually count for something, because they did and they do, that's when I realized that it actually was so simple to get everything that I wanted, and that the only person that was holding me back was me. After I realized that I was the one holding me back, bitch, everything else kind of fell away, because I was the main factor. I was literally the obstacle in the middle of everything. When I knew that I could be more, when I knew that I could be better, and when I knew that I could exceed all of the limitations that I ever built up for myself. Because those first 3 days in which you feel super empowered, that's the energy you're supposed to be maintaining throughout this entire period. That is the energy you're supposed to be having for the long term, because you're meant to be as happy as you've always planned to be. I promise you, your fears are not bigger than you. Your doubts are not bigger than you. Anything that you feel like you cannot have is not fucking bigger than you. If you want what you want, you can have it, and you will have it because you said so, and that's it. Nothing within this reality can ever hold you back except for yourself. And I mean this, my love. I really do mean this. If you know that you deserve better, which you do, then you will get everything that you want plus more. But that's why you have to push through this initial period that is trying to keep you down when it's not, because you know that you can do this, because you know that you're bigger than that, and because you know that you can push past that shit. Do not ever let go of the feeling that you had when you first started affirming for what it is that you want. That feeling is going to take you long and far, bitch. You are going to go to Never Ever Land, Shrek shit. Like, I don't even know what that place is called, but you're gonna go far, bitch. You're gonna go hella far, because you know that at the end of the day, if you're setting yourself up for success, success is what you're going to be met with. But that is a choice for you to make for yourself. If you keep doubting yourself and the power that you have, of course, you're always going to be met with that as well. But you don't want to doubt yourself because you're not meant to in the first place. So get through that initial period. Know that you can do this. Push past any doubts that you could ever have, because you never had them in the first place, but because you're more powerful than that shit, and keep pushing on strong. Because if you want what you want, you are meant to have that thing. You can do this thing. You're meant to do this thing. So fucking do it and get past that fucking period, because you can do this. No pun intended, what? But I'm being so serious. Get past that cycle, ho, and get to exactly where it is that you need to be, which is exactly where you are right now. Successful, happy, and having everything that you want and need plus more, because you said so, and that's it. If it's not what you want, it has no relevancy. I promise y'all that. But not even just that. If it's not what you want, it doesn't matter. Leave it alone. Fuck all that noise. You are stronger than how you felt after 5 days of affirming, because you've always felt as good as you did within the first few days that you were affirming for what it is that you want, because you know that that power is meant to be with you. No doubts could ever get you. Nothing could ever get you. Nothing could ever touch you unless it's something that you want to be touched by. That's what she said, I think. But I'm being so dead ass, y'all. If y'all know that y'all can do this, fucking do it, because you know that you can, and that's it. If I can do it, so can y'all. So let's do it. Get past that period and watch yourself glow, because that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing right here, right now, simply because you said so. And that's it. Alright, y'all, it's basically it for my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, listen up to me real quick. I know that you want what you want. I know that you're focused. I know that you want everything that you want and need plus more in the bag right here, right now, because you said so, and that's it. So why in the world are you going to be second guessing, second questioning shit that you know that you already have, because you start to feel doubtful? Because I don't know anymore. Because I was strong, but now I don't feel it anymore. Like, what are you talking about? Literally, what the hell are you talking about? You felt strong at one point because you're meant to be that strong. Continue being as strong as you were the first 5 days that you were affirming and persisting, and stop giving up on yourself because you think things got rough, because things aren't moving, because this, that. I don't care what you see within your physical reality. I really don't give a shit. If it's something that you want, you have to understand that no matter how you feel after feeling doubtful does not count for anything, because the only thing that you feel is amazing. The only thing that you feel is empowered. The only thing that you feel like is the main character. Do not ever allow for that period in which you start to feel like doubtful don't know, ever get you down. Even if it looks like things are not moving in your favor, I promise you there is always positive movement. If you are affirming for something that you want and you're sticking to it no matter what you see in front of you, no matter what tries to get you down, or no matter what tries to make you doubt things, then you are still going to get what it is that you want. But that's why your focus is so important, because if you look around you and you start to react to the things that you don't want to be reacting to, that you weren't reacting to in the first place, then that is how you accidentally solidify shit that you don't want, when you have been affirming for the things that you do want. Why would you give attention to anything that you know doesn't align with you in the first place? If you know that you start to feel doubt after a few days, bitch, what are you gonna do? You're going to affirm harder. This is not when you give up on yourself, y'all. I'm so serious. This is not when you give up on yourself, because this honestly is kind of the period where people tend to give up on themselves, because I know what it's like. Like I said, I was that person. I would be going hard and strong for the first 4 days, and after that I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore, forget it. And then guess what? I got exactly what the fuck I didn't wanted. Like, I literally settled for less than best. Something that I always tell y'all not to do, because I know better. You feel me? I know better now. I know that all the things that I did before are not things that I would be doing now, which is giving up on myself, not affirming, persisting, doubting myself, giving up when I felt that feeling of wanting to give up. Like, I literally let that all go because I knew that it wasn't helping me for anything. And that's why I'm here telling y'all, and I'm not gonna say warning y'all, but kind of like a little warning to just tell y'all that if you ever, which you don't ever, feel that energy where you feel like you want to start giving up on yourself, or you feel like you cannot do it, that is when you have to affirm your hardest. That's when you have to go in on yourself. That's when you have to be that bitch for a reason. Like, you literally have to start going ham, bro. If you feel uncomfortable affirming, start getting comfortable, bitch, because you're gonna have to train yourself into knowing that this is natural, that this is how it's supposed to be, and that everything within your reality is shifting constantly at the second that you say so, because you said so, and that's it. If you want what you want, do not ever, for the love of God, ever settle for things that you don't want. I don't care if you think it's impossible. I don't care if you think it's difficult. I don't care what you think about it at all, actually. If it's not what you want, it doesn't matter. If it's what you want, it does matter. Only give importance to the things that you don't want, and stop giving up on yourself because you feel weak for a second. I don't give a fuck. If you've been doubtful your entire life, you start affirming and persisting, and now you feel doubtful, now you want to give up again. You're not going to give up on yourself, because you know that giving up on yourself is not going to get you what it is that you want. What's going to get you what you want is your persistency, is you staying up with the fact that you do have what you want, and that you can have this thing, and that you're meant to have this thing. So what you're gonna do? What? Oh yeah, bitch, you're going to stick to what it is that you want while affirming and persisting, while not giving up on yourself, because there is no period in which you feel doubtful ever. You are so strong within yourself. You're so secure and you're so confident. You can do this, my love. I know that you can. And if I know that you can, y'all fucking know that y'all can too. So do not ever give up on yourself. Do not ever stop because you feel that weak 3-day period. No, you don't. You feel strong, you feel empowered, and you know that you can do this. So please, guys, just do it. Literally, just do it. Stop worrying about anything else. Just fucking do it. I know that you can, so just do it. Okay? Perfect. Damn, I'm not playing, bitch. Affirm and persist. You got this. Empower yourself. Uplift yourself. You can do this for a reason. It's because we said so, and that's it. All right, y'all? I love y'all so much, my love. Thank y'all so much again for watching my video. Get your shit together and we'll talk next Monday. But for real, I'll see y'all this Monday for another video. Thank y'all so much again for watching, y'all. May God bless all of y'all. May God keep y'all up, and may y'all always take care of yourselves. And may y'all never give the fuck up on yourselves, because why would you in the first place? There is no reason. You know that you can do this. You know that you're the most powerful. You know that you're in control for a reason. It's because you know that you can do this shit. It's because you know that you were born to do this shit. It's because you know that that doubt that's coming through is not actually anything that could ever truly affect you, because you're not giving it permission to. That is why throughout this period in which you start to feel doubtful, no you don't, no you don't, I feel great, I feel great, I feel empowered, I know that I can do this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, boom, bitch, you're going in on yourself, telling yourself that you can do this. You're not giving up on yourself. You're not looking anywhere other than forward, because you know looking forward is what's going to get you what you want, as opposed to looking back at all the times that you failed and, oh, but I couldn't do it before, but what makes it different this time? Bitch, what makes it different is the fact that you actually want it this time. You didn't really want it before if you kept giving up on yourself like that. And I know that for a fact because I did it too. You're not gonna do that for yourself. You're not gonna do that for yourself. You are not gonna make the same mistakes that I made, bitch. Never did it, but you know what I'm talking about. You're not gonna make those mistakes because you know that you're empowered to the point in which you can have it all. You're equipped with it all. Allow yourself to affirm and persist. Never give up on yourself, and know that you can do this because you absolutely can. If it's what you want, you can do it. If it's what you want, you can have it. So allow yourself to have it in peace at the pace that you want it to be yours, and watch your entire life unfold perfectly, because this life is meant for you for a reason. No doubtful period, bitch, because everything is so secure, so strong, so confident, and so you're gonna continue to ride that wave of confidence, bitch, because you got this shit in the bag, and that's it. Bye. Hardy hard, bitch. Like, I'ma laugh at you if you keep giving up on yourself, because what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing? You know that you can do this. You know that you're powerful enough to do it. So why are you giving up on yourself? Oh, wait. It's because of your doubts. It's because you're unsure. It's because you're not confident. Well, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, that you're as confident as you need to be. You're as strong as you need to be. And you're as secure within yourself as you need to be to get everything that you want and need plus more, because you're that bitch for a reason. If you want what you want, you can have it. You can do it. Like, literally right here, right now. But you gotta stay up. You gotta keep going. You cannot give up on yourself because of how doubtful you feel for 2 days, 3 days. Oh, wait. Once you get past that point, because you're gonna keep affirming and persisting, you're gonna see just how strong and how capable you actually are within getting everything that you want. So everything else doesn't matter, because if it's not what you want, it literally has no relevancy within your life. Bro, if you want what you want, it's yours. Stop doubting yourself so hard. But oh wait, you never doubted yourself in the first place. So stay as strong and confident as you always have been, because you're that bitch for a reason, and watch your life unfold perfectly, because you're gonna keep pushing until you get exactly what it is that you want, because that first 3-day period in which it feels so doubtful actually has nothing on you ever. Like, absolutely nothing. But then anyway, may God bless you all. Keep affirming and persisting, and never ever give up on yourself, because you can fucking do this for a reason. It's because we said so, and that's it.